We Santo, Man Kolnyang, Mike, Cholgrangawan, Yuping Yarul Pandit Shet Maniel, Anaketon Niel, Jilo, Winetona Dol. I think a kick, Kegabuka, Devoy, Anyalia, dear Kuika Pingrin, Gemana, when I jang along, I do Kegaparami, Madina Maja, Kubo, Makur, Kegaboli, Kuai, Tian, Wagarade, Kegela, Emmanuel, when you go, I think a kick, Kegabuka. You pon the loy, you might be you a good meat and meat corn. Could I go boy, you walk by name? Kayogo, I lay you train, it's young and you are the watching money melody. Money, you're going to buy in good, yellow town of banana. Hey, you pay a matona road, Jimana to the lake, joy, be tired calling to buy. Punya you to jogging by the pandemic, which in our day, I my little train, Jalakabi, good educate, Kill Banan, good old boy, low, Banan, Kayogo, I lay your train, it's young as you are the watching money melody. Money, you're going to buy in good, yellow town banana.
Welcome, guys. Good evening, good morning, night, wherever you are. Welcome to our show, the Jack Talk Show. Where we will discuss about what's going on in our country. Before that, it has been a very bad week for me, my family. So, here's some of the all right, welcome guys. Thank you for watching our show, our media. Thank you for those of you who've been a wonderful fan for Lake State Media, who have been following us throughout our journey. It has been almost how many seen 8 or 10 years now, and we are going. Before that, I have a lot of things to discuss with you about the current situation going in our country. And also, before we do that, I want you guys to know what happened to me, to my family. We have a death in our family. One of my cousins passed away last week. Last week, like less than 5-6 days ago. He's one of dear to me. He's one of my cousins. He's one of the things that I always look after in South Sudan. Now he's gone. So he's gone so young. His name is Manyang Manyuar Cholango. And my name is Medin Majang Cholango. His dad, my dad are brothers. His father is the older one, and my dad is the second one. So he lost. Not that his sister, his younger sister, passed away last month. It has been a painful month for all of us in our family. So this is the world we're living in. What can we say? This is the world we're living in. So we come and we go. The world is, we are a gas. We are gas in this world. We come here for the time being and we leave. So I'm praying for God that put his in his right hand. So that's what this. That's what I want. The second painful thing, we lost one of great icon, one of the great icon, General Daniel Ayul Marcoy. This is a sad. He passed away yesterday in Nairobi. He's one of the icon, General Ayul Marcoy. He's a true liberator. He is a veteran, SPLA veteran. General, who were in the movement during the Haraka time, you guys, you should know who is Ayul Marcoy. Ayul Marcoy is contributed during the great movement when the South and the North are fighting. So we lost him last night, yesterday. My heartfelt condolences go to the family of General Ayul Marcoy. And a long week, Nalet Betokawe, will meet Ayual. Family Ayual Ben. A long week. Your father didn't die, but he's a great hero. Our time. Is he the one joined his colleague during the SPLA time, fighting for our freedom. So we put that. May his soul rest in peace. And we're praying for his family. And the second sad event, as we know, last week or 2 weeks ago, we have this great situation going on in our country. The SPLMIO and the government has having another political disagreement. The fighting break out. We have lost this young kid. This youth has been lost, killed by the IO. Some of them die in Juba and Yuru Road. The innocent civilian. They got gunned down on the road. Some of them are from Yuru, but some of them are from Bor. They died. They got killed by the SPLIO, who ran, who left in, as you guys know, a couple of days ago, or 3 days ago. The government were fighting with SPLIO forces around Juba. These forces, they ran away. So they tried to, between Yerul, Lake State, and Juba, around there, they were finding their way to go back to their home. So while these people, these young innocent kids, travel, they are going to Juba, kill them in cold blood. And these are the civilians. They don't have anything connection with the political scene going on in Juba. They're just doing their normal life. The student, like the guy that will stand with that young girl that he's sweetheart. He's supposed to marry him. Now he's gone. This is the country that we live in. The young kid living out like that. And these are supposed to be the future of generation of the country. This is right. So from this said, my prayers and condolences, my heartfelt condolences go to their family. I know how they are feel right now. South Sudan is a country that will be no peace. People are fighting. The people, the young, the fish of the country now that kill. And these people who carrying their gun, they support to fight each other instead of turn their gun to the civilian. What is that even? So now, let's go back to the political. Our topic of today is regarding about the situation, the stage of the political situation in South Sudan. As you know, as well, IO and the government, the fallout. The first vice president, Dr. Riek Machar, has been arrested. He is in house arrest. And this has caused a lot of turmoil. What is the reason why he got arrested in the first place? Well, we know what happened last month in Nasser when the White Army attacked Nasser, attacked the Brock, the SSPDF Brock, killed the General David Mujurdak and his men. And they killed one of the UN group member and wounded others. So the SPLIO in Nasser and White Army, they joined together and do that horrible killing in Nasser. That's what caused this chaos. Now, how many people lost seeing that Nasser incident? You have seen those innocent lives have been killed. And how many civilians have been displaced in Nasser area around there in Upper Nile? Because for one person, Dr. Riek Machar, is always cause the conflict in the country every year. People of South Sudan will never find the freedom, peace they need. So now, international community, they are already calling for the government, President Salva Kiir, release held by President Dr. Riek Machar to be released from house arrest. And the government is staying his position that there is an investigation ongoing. And Dr. Riek Machar he will be go to court. If there are the charges, the government charging him, he will pay those charges. As we speak for today, the first vice president of Riek Machar is in house arrest. And his supporters back home, as well IO and diaspora supporters, they are going crazy. There's a lot of violence going on. They are going for violence. And let me make this clear, Yajubin. Some of you are taking this situation, this political going on in the country. Some of you are seeing these issues as a war between Nuer and Dinka. Please, I repeat it again and again and again. The issues going on is not between Nuer and Dinka. And I have some of the video that I will share with you while we go. And the leaders like General Taban Dengai, he speak. I will play his video. And he make it very clear. And I will break down his video one by step when I play this while we go with our show. So for those of you who would see everything is a Dinga Nuer, like here in America we see things like don't see things like black and white. But in South Sudan, everything see between Nuer and Dinka. The issues going on is a political between SPLAIO and SSPDF. Period. Leave the tribe out of it. Leave Nuer out of it. Leave the Dinka out of it. Okay? This is between government and opposition. Period. That's what's going on in the country. Okay. So that's what I want to to make it clear for those of you who've been saying that the war, because this is the and this I'm seeing I'm having a bad feeling that the issues going on right now, the same situation going happened in 2013. It's repeating itself. If you can see, and the bad part of it, the ISIS peace agreement is not going to work because there's no country have two army forces, and they have two different command in chief, like 5 and 7 command in chief, and we have so 5 by president. Do you think the peace agreement that signed in 2018 can be achieved between the government and SPLIO? No, because the first vice president, Dr. Yang Machar, have his forces, and he's a commander in chief. President Salva Kiir is the president of the Republic of South Sudan, and he's the commander in chief of SSPDF and other organized forces. So, if by President Doriak, he have his own forces, and he pumped his chest that I have my forces, I am not a part of your government. Okay. So he have a strong, he have a power, he have a military power. Government who lead by President Salva Kiir, he have a military power. So my message to these leaders in the country, if you want South Sudan, and this message to go to the nation community in East Africa, some of the things that are supporting for this peace agreement, ARCIS, okay, they see when these issues break out in Nasser, international community did not come out and condemn what's going on in Nasser. But when by President Dr. Riek Machar was arrested, all international community come out. US, UK, UN, they condemn government and said the release. So they send the Kenyan president sent his envoy. He sent his, and I will play this
to Giovanni.
Hang on, guys. I will play this video. President Ruto sent his envoy and talked to President Salva Kiir. They met like a few days ago. And listen to the video that I will play. Yeah, Honorable David Majur, welcome. Keep watching, Honorable Press Secretary President David Majur. I have your video. It's coming next. Keep watching. So, last few days ago, actually last week, I think it's Friday or Thursday, if I believe, Raila Odinga came to Juba, meet with President. And the first thing he wanted the man on President is to meet with the Vice President, Dr. Yang Machar. Ya African or indigenous community. If you have somebody who was accused for a crime, okay, and he was arrested for the crime, are you demand to come see the accuser that will lock up? Or are you coming, if you come for the peace purpose, why don't you address the reason? Let the Lord take his course. Now, I'm not going to talk a lot. So let me play the video, because one of the things that I didn't like, the response from Honorable Raila Odinga, when after he met with President Salva Kiir, and then he went back and he said all of these accusations, which is government response, Press Secretary or President Honorable David Amor will respond. He responded yesterday, and I will play his video. What his response? What the government respond to the speech that Raila Odinga given to the public. Listen to this to what he said.
I went to Juba, South Sudan, as an envoy of IGAD. President Ruto had spoken to President Museveni of Uganda, Prime Minister Abiy of Ethiopia, and President Omar Gele of Djibouti. This is because of the deteriorating security situation in South Sudan. So I went to Juba and had a meeting with the President Salva Kiir of the South Sudan in its office. You know that recently the first Vice President, Mr. Riek Machar, has been put under house arrest. Him and his wife and a number of other people. This is what concerned the leadership in the region. The situation in South Sudan is explosive and can explode any time. So I had a lengthy discussion with President Kiir, who told me about challenges they're facing, that there was a killing of a general and about 10 other people in the town of Nasir in the Upper Nile. And this is what they're actually investigating. And because of this, he said that Vice President Dr. Riek Machar had been placed under house arrest as they continue with their investigations. From Juba, I asked to be allowed to talk to Dr. Machar, but they were not able to allow me to see him. Said they recommended that I meet with President Museveni. So from Juba, I went to Entebbe. I had a meeting with President Museveni. I reported to him what I had found in South Sudan. And after lengthy discussions, he said he was going to get in touch with President Kiir. So we agreed that I would go back to Juba later. So I've come back here, and I just want to say that it is a work in progress. I'm going to make a report to President Ruto and Prime Minister Abiy and President Gele of my findings in South Sudan. The situation requires international attention. I'm happy with the UN for getting engaged in what's going on in South Sudan. I think it is a situation that warrants intervention by international community. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you know, one of the
I
things
went to Juba.
Let me. Okay. One of the things that I don't like the response to Honorable Urali Odinga is went to the public and said that President, I'm quoting him, and you guys hearing from his mouth. He said, President, tell him to go and meet with Museveni, with President Museveni. Why this puzzle? For the whole week, I will think about this. It is really, and I'm glad that the President office came out yesterday and respond to this. Now we'll play the response from the press secretary from Office of President, Honorable David Omondi. He will respond to that. I will play this video next. So, and also let me acknowledge, welcome, Honorable Peter Mayen Majongi, long time. And I'm looking for you to bring you to the show for interview one more time. So I'm seeing that you're doing a lot of campaigns. Welcome. So this is puzzle me and the rest of South Sudan. There's a lot of propaganda going on. The enemy of progress, the enemy of peace in South Sudan, see South Sudan get into the conflict, will continue. They are now taking the speech of Honorable Urali Odinga that, okay, now President send him to go and talk to President Museveni. In other words, the way that they took this comment is that it seems that president is need to be giving okay from President Museveni to release by President Dr. Yamacha from the house arrest. Okay. And listen to the government side. Government has responded to this allegation. Let me play this video from government side. So, so this is the. Let me play this video from yesterday. The press secretary in the office of President Honorable David Omormajur came out yesterday and clarified about this video. Okay, listen to the response. And I read out. So before I play the video, here is the clarification from the rally Wadinga claim on the detail. Okay, in the wake of the false and misleading allegation following the recent meeting between the President Salva Kiir Mayardit and IGAD, a peace envoy to South Sudan, Kenya, his former Prime Minister Urali Odinga, President Press Secretary David Amormajuru has strongly disputed Odinga's claim that he was told to consult with the Ugandan President Museveni before meeting with the by President Dr. Riek Machar, who remain under house arrest in connection with inciting violence in Nasser, an area where the lawless white army military operated under unclear circumstances. The claim has folded nationally and regionally expectation. Speaking at the media briefing on Monday in Juba, Major dismissed Wadinga remark has a manifestation of democracy principle, giving independent nation clarifying the Odinga's visit to Uganda was pre-arranged and he had connection to any suggestion from the South Sudan government. Furthermore, Major reformed the ongoing and commitment, so fostering the peace and stability while emphasizing the important and maintaining consecutive diplomacy relationship in these countries. So let me play the video from Honorable Major David Major. So listen to their
the report by His Excellency Right Honorable Raila Odinga on the 29th of March 2025. The Citizen TV broadcast the report by His Excellency Right Honorable Raila Odinga during his visit to South Sudan. The government of South Sudan therefore extends a warm and cordial welcome to His Excellency Right Honorable Raila Odinga, the former Prime Minister of Kenya and Kenya's Special Envoy. Recently visited Juba and had an opportunity to discuss his diplomatic efforts to restore peace and cooperation in the region with His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan. This meeting was integral to his diplomatic efforts to foster peace in the region and cooperation. In his capacity as a special envoy, Right Honorable Raila Odinga was set to travel to Republic of Uganda to formally brief His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni on the outcome of his discussion with the President Salva Kiir Mayardit of Republic of South Sudan. However, the government of South Sudan felt compelled to address and clarify certain aspects of Honorable Raila Odinga's statement made following his meeting, which did not accurately reflect the context or the purpose of his visit, nor diplomatic practice upheld by our nation. During his remark, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, I quote, "I traveled to Juba, South Sudan, as an IGAD special envoy. I met with the President Salva Kiir Mayardit of South Sudan in his office. You know that His Excellency First Vice President Dr. Riek Machar is under arrest with his wife and several others. I asked if I could converse with Dr. Riek Machar, but they couldn't let me see him. So President Kiir instructed me to sit with the President Museveni. End of quote. On that statement, the government of South Sudan respectfully refutes the assertion that Right Honorable Angelina Teng, the Minister of Interior in the Republic of South Sudan and the spouse of First Vice President Dr. Riek Machar, is under arrest. This claim is unfounded and does not accurately depict the reality of the situation. Furthermore, the suggestion that His Excellency General Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of Republic of South Sudan, requested Right Honorable Raila Odinga to meet with the President of Uganda is misrepresent diplomatic norms and principles. It is essential to clarify also that Right Honorable Odinga's mission to Uganda was prearranged and not directive from the government of South Sudan. In addition, we understand also the importance of accuracy representing national symbols, and we are genuinely concerned about citizen television in Kenya, which recently misrepresent South Sudan flag with that of Sudan. The government of South Sudan remains resolute in its commitment to advance peace, stability, and security within the borders. We are dedicated to nurturing reconstructive diplomatic relations with our neighboring countries and the broader international community, so that we are deeply value our partnership with the Republic of Kenya and the IGAD member states. Therefore, we urge all stakeholders or the guarantors to respect the Republic of South Sudan's sovereignty and internal dynamics. For together, we can work toward a mutual understanding and collaboration for the betterment of our region.
Okay, now you hear from Honorable David Amor-Major. And here are some of the evidence on his flight on the 28th of March. I don't know if that will show. Let me see here. Here you go. So this is the flight for Raila Odinga to Juba. So it said that on March 27, 2025. So he departed from Nairobi. Okay. So to Juba. So that's the flight before, because the flight that's booked before he came to Juba. Okay. Those are evidence that I'm trying to show you. Okay. On the March 27th. Yet another one. Okay. So in this flight, so this is a round trip from Kenya to Uganda. So after he flew from Nairobi to Juba, after he met with President Salva Kiir, and then he flew to Uganda. So and then that's round one. So that you read that. So that's round. So he left from Nairobi to Juba, and then after he finished meeting with President, and then he flew from Nairobi from Juba to Entebbe Airport. So that is evidence show you, okay? So he already is scheduled. He's on his schedule that to meet with the President Salva Kiir after he finished meeting with the President Salva Kiir, and then he will go and meet with the President Museveni. So that is how it is. But when he quoted that, President Salva Kiir sent him to go and meet with President Museveni, that is it's not in place. So, and good thing, the government of South Sudan has clarified. You hear from President Press Secretary Honorable David Amobidu. So now, so those are the evidence that will show you South Sudan. Because the reason why Medit is showing you, or let's me showing you all of this, is because there are propaganda, misinformation going on in social media. Okay, because as you all know that there's a lot of going on in social media that negative, very negative. So that's why I'm coming out today to give you evidence what's happening. Okay, so that's the reason of this show. Okay, so now you hear that and you listen to that video from Urale Dinga, and they respond to the government of the Republic of South Sudan, the office of President Honorable David Amobidu respond to that. So now that's clear. Now let me move to next. My next talk show, because we are talking the same institution going on in South Sudan. Okay, the war going on in Al-Nasser and thing going on, IO, what is happening. So, and I will be playing a video from Honorable Ministry of Information, Honorable Michael McCullough, on his brief last week. I think it's Friday or Thursday. So I have a video to play. That video is long too. I will play all this video. Why I'm playing this video is because to give you information, accurate information from the government side. So, and then you can lie by yourself, okay? So, and also too, you will listen to Vice President General Taban Dengai, who will break down. I love his speech. I listen to his remark when he give the speech to the Muslim congregation during the Ramadan event in Juba. So he give a speech. He talked to that event, and I love his speech. I will break down one by one while we go on with his video. Some of you didn't watch his video. I will bring in. And before I go, before I move on to that, there another propaganda the opposition, the enemy for peace in South Sudan are making. 2 weeks ago, when in Juba, when there's a celebration, a funeral of late General David Majordak. So there is Mama Nyadeng Garang give a speech, and her speech, people took it and ran with it. I will play her speech and then listen to it, and I will break it down where the point, the site that those people who want to see thing going on, they misquote her and then run with it. Okay, so listen to Mama Nyandeng speak during the funeral event of late General David Duck.
My son, Dr. Benjamin Bolmel, Vice President for Economic Cluster, senior advisors, our national ministers, speakers and deputy speakers of our two houses, ambassadors, family of Bajurdak, جيش الشعب بقيادة بتاعه ما فيه بوليس كان أنا وقعت بعدين أنتوا أجروا يا جيش ألهمني، لكن أنا قلت عشان ننزل يشوفوني ونشوفهم. الليلة يوم بتاع الليلة أنا شايف زي ده أو إيرز بتاع المجوري أو عملوها الليلة ده إيرز بتاعه جماعة موت. في مقام الأول أنا داير نقول نشكر الرئيس بتاعنا سلفا كير ميادي بطريقة اللي هو عمل the way he handled this situation. At the same time also I wanted to commend our security forces, the way they have handled this. Even I said this in my house, that there is a maturity in security because the way you handle the situation. At the same time, the way you handle it, make it that it has isolated the issue to Nasir. It has not been tribalized, politicized, also isolated in Equatoria. But what I wanted to say here, final betaide manamo zile jana kana bamula akil bodulo ugade akul bukore kuga akil fi farasu ما بيجي بيعمل مشاكل ويقول أمر بيك وينه كليه يتكلم. وأنا بسيت أنا قلت بذنب كان مات دكتور جون ده عدو يا قتله لكن أنا كان it is something which has been planned seriously. عشان كان ده حاجة بسيط كان عملوا كان جون قرر ما كان مات. لكن أنا وقفت فوق. I stood up. I swallowed bitterness. And I called for calm and peace. And I say, and I'm going to quote it again. Dr. John Mudd, he died with only 5 people, and he himself. South Sudan is here. Sudan is here. Our agreement is here. لو في زول عمل silly move ده زول البقتوا الagreement بقبه ذاته is the one who's going to kill the agreement. If I can stand up, who are you عشان انت تعمل مشاكل؟ أنا كان داير حاجة القتل دكتور جون to be achieved. اللي هو South Sudan اللي فوقه الليلة. So I wanted to appeal كلام ده not to be politicized, not to be tribalized, يكون isolated. مجر ما مات في يد عدو ومات في يد أهله ناسه. قدام بتاعه يا قتلوا. لما هو قاعد في الناس 8 سنة وكان قاعد في وسط الناس بتاعه وكان ما بعرف يزول بقوم في النص بتاع الناس بتاعه يقتله. But I wanted to say بطريقة بتاعت بايبل بين ده شيطان يا وخش في بطن بتاعنا كجنوبين and it is making us killing ourselves. كلام ده أنا داير كلام ده خلوه في يد بتاع الرئيس وكماندر إن شيف وناس بتاع security. ناس ما يخش فوق عشان يعمل مشاكل. كل زول أنا لما أنا قاعد نسمع ناس قاعدين يدي سبيتشز في البيت بتاع المجد زول بيجي مع حاجة في قلبه بتاعه ده يجي يقولوا ده ما مود مجد ده عمل زي ما بتاع كورونا. مرة قالوا والله كورونا عمل حاجة كويس والله راجل بتاعي ده ما بأثر وما بقول والله كان في ترافيك جام ولا لسه كان ضرب. But you look at it, this woman is talking her heart. So this is what people are saying. Mo liga fursa batan majur asane ji gul kalamat tu jo gulubu. Wada biji mashakil. Don't exaggerate things. Yal al gadina muda da yal betana inna niswan. Yal الناس القاعدين يقولوا رجال بتاع بنات بتاعنا. وده grandchildren بتاعنا. الجيش يمور ده. لما الجيش يمور الجبال بقولوا بتاع يوم ده. The Gen Z algorithm among them, few our grandchildren. Can get a bit of glad about Murkef. We tamalo temi. Ita banana jana betafi de adu mo ya someone mara fi ya de na hina bijuba. Yam betana.
Okay, here is the point where I was playing her video. Mama Nyandeng is a great speech. I love it. I love her speech, and that suppose the mother of nations supposed to speak the way that she did. I love her speech. One of the things that people run with it that where I just pause. The Jengmabur, okay, white army. Yes, of course, they are young. They are our children, okay, and they are Jay Z. They are not. They are not the old one. They are Jay Z. Jay Z. What happened? But the problem here, when the child, okay, when the child don't follow the parent or the discipline or the advice, the parent give it to the child, and the child is not listening, and the child and this white army, they are not Jay Z. This is where I disagree with Mama Nyandeng. The white army are not Jay Z. Jay Z are the one that happened in Nairobi, in Kenya. Let's talk about Kenya. Last year, when the Jay Z generation go outside do protests, okay? And those Jay Z generation, they don't have gun on their hand. But the Jay Z of white army, they have AK-47 in their hand. They have RPG in their hand. So how can you call the child who have a AK-47 in his hand? That child is no longer a child, and he's not using that child. Okay, let's go back when there's no gun and anything. When the child, young generation, they're having those spear, and they will go to hunt, and they use that spear to kill the animal. They will not turn that spear and hit their parent. So if they turn their fear to the parent, that child is not a child no more. It's a wild child, right? It's a wild child. Because white army, yeah, I know you guys disagree with me here. White army, they are not a Jay Z generation. I disagree with Mama Nyandeng here. There's no any a Jay Z generation that carry AK-47 and use the AK-47, the gun, to kill the nation army, which is SSPDF. Okay, the wild child, how can you discipline the child that have a gun on his hand? You cannot. You cannot take a sire or to whip the child with it. And he have AK-47 in his hand. How can you discipline that child, Mama Nyandeng? You will not. Oh, I see. The way you can discipline that child is same gun that he have. You can use that gun to discipline that child. That's the only way. Okay. What is going on in Nasser is something bigger than that. So why Jane Mabur has violated that while they are outlaw. They are not a child. They are not a generation Z. They are outlaw. Okay? They are outlaw. So you cannot hold the kid, the young, the generation that is having a gun and use those guns to kill their own people. That's really is a crime. Okay? It is a crime, and they should be held responsible for it. And gamer board has been used, as PLIO use them as their own. And this is why you see a lot of people are dying. If these children, white army, violate and kill the people, and how many people are dying because of that incident in Nazi? And we pat them on the back that they are children. Oh, they are children, leave them alone. This is what Mama Nyandeng say. Oh, these are the children. They just born in 1990, 1991. They are just kids. So who give the kid a weapon to kill people? The kid should take a toy and play with the toy. That's what kids supposed to do. Kid cannot take the weapon and kill people. That's no longer a kid. Those kids should be held responsible and they should be put to jail. But how? You cannot put those kids to jail because they have a weapon and they are fighting and they're killing their own parent, right? So what I'm saying here at Junubin, when somebody commit a crime, accountability, that person have to be held accountable. You should not allow the kid to kill people and then say, oh, they are just kids. They don't know what they're doing. Okay? Leave them alone while the kid dozens of people. So this is what is going on in South Sudan. There's no accountability. If somebody can kill anybody, people just kill like a chicken. You kill somebody, you get away with it. Because there's no law to help those people. Supposed to be the law to hold accountable those people who have committed crime. So that's my disagreement with Mama Nyandeng, but the rest of her speech are wonderful. I love it. Okay? And why I disagree with Mama Nyandeng here, okay, why I disagree with Mama Nyandeng here, no due respect, I'm one of the lost boys, Yajamer. And then what, back 2017, Mama Nyandeng did one of the interview with Al Jazeera. And that interview, he called Yajamer, the lost boys, had the following quote. Listen to her, that speech in 2017. Okay, and then you listen to that speech. I don't know if I have that video somewhere. So that speech is really, we don't like have the lost boy of Yajamer. We really, we didn't like that. We never think about our heart that can come out from Mama Nyandeng. And all of you, the Yajamer has contributed so much in that country. By according to that interview, she was saying that the Yajamer, they are not, because they were interviewed that the kid have been used as to fight on their kid, but they violate the national law, but she denied that. And that's why she come up, those kids, they just follow the SPLA because they're looking for food. When is really throw the Yajamer, the last one, under the bus. And telling us, his head is so deep. That comment not supposed to come out. And if you guys don't, because I have a video somewhere, I don't know where I put it. Because I have so much video around here, but I will play it later on when I come through, because I know I have that video somewhere. But anyway, let me move on to the next. So that is the one of the things that I just want to share that. But Mama Nyandeng is a mother of nation, and we really honor her for the late Dr. John Garang. He is one of the heroes, we icon, and I thought that she should work for the well-being for the nation. Anyway, let me move on to then my next topic, and we are still on the swarm of the political atmosphere in Juba or in South Sudan. Now I'm moving to Honorable the Vice President General Tabendeng guy, his speech, his remark during his speech during the Ramadan. So what I love about this speech, he breaking down, okay? As I mentioned before. I mentioned before that the issues going on in the country, if the country have so many commander-in-chief, everybody own his own forces, okay? This is what is going on right now in the country. This is what is going between the IO, and the SSPDF, the government. Because suppose the country, no country on earth here should have a many commander-in-chief. Only South Sudan. And those AU or the national community, other the US and UA, your country you live, do you have a CC, commander-in-chief? Somebody who control his own forces. The country should have one army, one commander-in-chief, one president, and one vice president. Why is it South Sudan, the only country that has been put into that mess? Why? And Vice President Tabandan guy will break it down for you.
رئيس جمهورية جنوب السودان والقائد العام لقوات دفاع شعب جنوب السودان والقائد الأعلى لكل القوات النظامية الأخرى، نسلم عليكم سلام كثير. سلام بينوب عن الشعب جمهورية جنوب السودان. السيد رئيس الجمهورية يعتذر لجماعكم الكريم لأنه لن يستطيع حضور الإفطار رمضاني هذا كما كان العادة في كل سنة. هو كان بيجي بيشارك في مثل هذه الإفطار المهم، لكن لارتباطات أخرى ما يستطاع عشان يحضر معكم اليوم. عشان كده كلفني عشان ما نجي نفطر معكم. فطرنا الحمد لله، وإن شاء الله ده إفطار آخر أيام رمضان، ورئيس الجمهورية بيتمنى لكم الصحة والسعادة. السيد الرئيس يشكر الرب على تمام شهر رمضان. الشهر انتهى، ويتمنى لكل المسلمين وجميع مواطني جمهورية جنوب السودان عيد سعيد، ويطلب من الرب أن يبارك الجميع في فرحة العيد الفطر المبارك. السيد رئيس الجمهورية وعدكم مرارا وتكرارا أنه لن يسمح لهذا البلد العودة إلى مشاكل الحرب والنزوح مرة أخرى. والسيد رئيس الجمهورية يكرر هذا الوعد اليوم بقوة أنه جنوب السودان لن يرجع إلى الحرب. ده رسالة السيد الرئيس، بنتمنى لكم عشان تعاينوا بسلام، فطرتوا بسلام، أتعاينوا بسلام قبل بكرة الصباح، ونحن ندمتها في أيام بتاعت العيد. هو بيعتذر اعتذار كبير جدا أنه ما حضر معكم هذا الإفطار لأسباب ارتباطه بمشاكل تانية بتاع الدولة. كلام الرئيس انتهى. كلامي كزول جاي نيابة عنه، كلامي هيكون فوق تفلتات كثيرة جدا، لكن ده كله تفلتات بتاع حرب بتاع سلام. أول حاجة أنا برضو نيابة رئيس الجمهورية بسلم لأمنا أمينة كاشة طول الله عمره. قال لي الكيد موجود، هنقطع الكيد بعد الكلام. مش كده بيها الكيد؟ أوكي. نمر واحد في كلامي الأحداث في ناصر. لازم المجتمع المسلم وجنوب السودان لما نجي يكلم زول نيابة الرئيس الجمهورية زي تاباندين، هم بيكون دايرين يسمعوا مني ومن الحكومة الحصل في ناصر شنو. أنا بقول أحداث الناصر أحداث مؤثرة جدا، ونترحم على أرواح الشهيد البطل الجنرال ديفيد ماجور داك، له رحمة، ونترحم على أرواح الشهداء الأبطال ضباط وصف وجنود قوات دفاع جنوب السودان، شعب جنوب السودان الذين راحوا ضحايا أحداث الناصر، ونترحم كذلك على أرواح المواطنين الأوزل الذين ماتوا نتيجة أحداث الناصر. دماء هؤلاء الشهداء جميعا ما يمشي خسارة ساكت، هي ترسيخ لوحدة ولقوة ولتقدم دولة جنوب السودان. الدنيا ده كله ما في الدولة ماشية لقدام بدون خسارة بتاع دماء أبنائهم، وهم من أفضل مننا. الناس اللي فادوا في سبيل الله ده في سبيل الوطن، هم فادوا في سبيل الله، هم من أحسن مننا. الناس لسه حيين، نترحم على أرواحهم وهم شهداء البلد. وأهم حاجة أنه حادث زي ده حادث الناصر ما يتكرر مرة أخرى في جنوب السودان، تكون آخر حادثة مثله ما يحصل تاني. ليه؟ لأنه ده حاجة غريب جدا، حاجة غريب. جيش بتاع الدولة داير يغير جيش في موقع، وفي زول مجنون عمل نفسه بطل قال لا ما تغير الجيش ده مش حادث غريب.
Okay, let me stop right there. Remember Yapana Yajirubin, the studying of the root cause of conflict in Nasser. So when all of this happening, when the soldiers have been sent to make the rotation in Nasser, the White Army and the IO in Nasser, they're saying that, and they're supporting section that they come out publicly saying that these forces are coming, they are not SSPDF, they are a Agwalek, which are coming to Nasser to do a revenge. Okay? And also they say that these soldiers are coming, they are a Buchok, which are coming to grab their land. Okay? This is campaign has been going on before the conflict took place. Now, when we come out on social media, I will say that, okay, this is not, we give a warning to the government and what the thing we are getting here. And you will hear the people who caused the conflict in Nasser, diaspora people have a hand on it. And General Taban will mention this. Okay? There's so much campaign going on in the diaspora here. They even raise money and send them. So this is what is going on. And I give a warning a lot. But what is what? Our people ignore everything. If they take in the first place, because where you guys see America is so strong, why? Because if they hear something and there are evidence going on, they will take action to stop that thing to happen. But our government in South Sudan, they don't do that. They ignore everything. They see that there is a propaganda. Yeah, there is just people in diaspora. They're just talking. If the warning sign, the red flag, happened during that time, and they took action, John David Mitchell will be alive today, and those forces should be alive today. Even White Army that who died during the conflict, they should be alive today. But ignoring everything, when we see the red flag, but that's what happened. Now, those of you who have been talking that, oh, that's not those forces that are coming to disarmament, the White Army, and when General Johnson Mulanyi and General James Kong came out and said that, no, we are going there to replace those forces. We are not going to disarm anybody. And they didn't believe that. Now the leaders of the country that come out one by one to explain to you. Now listen to General Vice President Taban Dengai. Listen to him, what he's saying. Those are the evidence coming out, and these are the things that we've been telling the South Sudanese. and nobody listened to us. Now listen.
حاجه غريب جدا كويس. كان في الدول الحديثه، في الدول الحديثه منو اللي بيقول للجيش دفاع يوغندا انه ما تغير الجيش يقوله، ولا يقول لأديس أبابا انه ما تغير الجيش في بحر دار، ده اللي في جنوب السودان.
Absolutely, I agree with you, by President Taban Dengai. Absolutely, you are 100% correct. Okay, SSPDF is a national army. There's no any way the White Army can stop the SPDF to go to Nasser. Nasser is a part of the Republic of South Sudan, right? Only Junub Sudan. Absolutely, by President Taban, you are absolutely right. Only thing happening only in South Sudan. Nowhere else can those things happen. Okay? Only South Sudan. You can come up with your own and then say this is what I only South Sudan. SSPDF, the national army, they can go anywhere they want. And you cannot stop them. No, we don't want them to come to our territory. That means that you declare that Nasser is not a part of South Sudan.
وانا متاكد هتكون اخر حادثه، هي حادثه غريب وهتكون اخر حادثه. الناس دي ماتوا في سبيل الوطن، نتراهم على ارواحهم، دم بتاعهم ما يسمن. ده الكلام اللي قالوه في العالم بتاعنا كويس. الكلام ده موجود في العالم بتاعنا. دماء الشهداء بيرسخ ويهدنا وبيدينا قوه عشان ما ندفع لقدام. نحن شعب واحد، وفي الدولة المتحدة كما قالوا سيد وزير الخارجية الأخ رمضان كوتش، لا هنالك تمييز على جهوية أو قبيلة أو دين. نحن جميعا بنعمل على تعميق وحدتنا، وأهم حاجة أنه نحن جنوبيين متعايشين. أنت لو مشيت هسه آخر ريموت، آخر بلد بتاع نوير، بتلقى بيت من بنات البارية موجودة هناك، مزوجة هناك. انت لو جيت لاخر حته في زامبي تلقى بيتين مزوجة هناك، والبيت شلوك مزوجة هناك. نحن متعايشين متزوجين. وفي كلام بتاع دينكا ونوير بيقولوا البيت ما عنده قبيله، البيت ما عنده قبيله. ده معناه شنو؟ البيت هي بوحد الناس. ده عندنا في جنوب السودان زي ما قالوا برضه رمضان قبيل، قال انه نحن في البيت الواحد في مسلم وفي مسيحي. ده ما رمضان براو. انا اختي حجه جاي غوري، جماعه كله بيعرفوا، هي مسلمه ومتشدده جدا، دائما في الحرب في البيت، لان هي دي راي زول يكون مسلم. حتى عيال تعبان كويس، شغله كبير جدا في البيت، لكن شغله بتاعت حديث وعقول. دير يكون مسلم مرحبا، دير يكون مسيحي مرحبا، ما في خلاف ده. فبلدنا بلد واحد، نحن شعب واحد في هذه البلد الجميله. بلدنا ده بلد جميل جدا. وانا قاعد بقول للناس دائما ان نحن شعب برضه شعب مختار. نحن شعب مذكور في الانجيل. الانجيل ده كلم عن جنوب السودان كذا مره، عن شعب جنوب السودان كذا مره في الانجيل. في ناس دول قويه جدا زي امريكا، سفير امريكا كان موجود قبل، لكن انا شايف هو مشى. ما في الانجيل ما في حاجه اسمها امريكا ما في. لكن امريكا اليوم بيحكم الدنيا ده كله كويس، بيحكم الدنيا ده كله، لانه الامريكان في الاول قتلوا نفسهم. كان في طريق اسمه ذا تريد اوف ديث يا امريكا الى الشرق افتكر، ولا من الغرب الى الجنوب، سكه بتاع موت. قتلوا نفسهم في يوم ما شعروا الكلام ده ما كويس، قعدوا وقالوا لا 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 يا جماعه، وودنا في وحدتنا، عملوا الدستور. امريكا اليوم بيحكم العالم ده كله، بيحكمنا كلنا. ما بال الناس اللي ذكروهم في الانجيل كويس. نحن قوم عظيم، ربنا بيعرفنا. ربنا بيعرفنا ان نحن موجودين في جوبا وموجودين في دوله جنوب السودان. القبيله مرض، القبليه سوري القبليه مرض يجب محاربته، لان القبليه يقوض التقدم ويمنع ارساء الاسس القانونيه للدوله، يمنع بناء الدوله. كويس؟ عشان كده كل جنوبي، كل زول من المواطنين بتاع جنوب السودان لازم يحارب حاجه اسمه قبيله. اي سياسي بيرجع لقبيله ما تنتخبوه، ما تدوه في سلطه. وضعاف النفوس
You should be, sorry, I was muted. So you should be the leader for those who support tribe, right? So your Vice President Tabani telling you that if you use your own tribe, okay, for your political agenda, you are not supposed to be a leader. You should be the leader for those who support tribe in South Sudan. Huh?
ضعاف النفوس هم دائما اللي بيرجعوا للقبيله. انا دائما بكلم لابنائي البنات والاولاد الشباب اللي عندهم مستقبل في السياسه، بقول لهم شوف، انت لو ميلاتوكا ما تفتش اصدقاء بتاعك ميلاتوكا، امشي في على النيل فتش لك اصدقاء هناك، امشي بحر الغزال، لان الناس لاتوكا دوما خلاص اللي يفوقوا ابنهم انت بنته مطالبه يوم ما في جنوب السودان السياسيه ما في سؤال، هيدوك اصواتهم، لكن هم يجي امشي املا كوم بتاعك من المحلات الثانيه. فضعاف النفوس دائما هم اللي بيرجعوا للقبيله، وده لازم نحاربه في جنوب السودان. الحصل في ناصر جريمه ما بزول بيقبله، لانه ما بزول بيقبل الجريمه. النائب الاول الدكتور يك مشار وضع في حبس منزلي، وسيتم اعلان التهم الموجه ضده. التهم دي هيملكوا لكم انتم الجمهور، انه التهم اللي وجهوه للنائب الاول رئيس الجمهوريه كذا كذا كذا، عشان كل زول فيكم برضه يشوف ده هل ده جريمه ولا ما جريمه. والنائب الاول يمشي للتحقيق، لو مشى للتحقيق التحقيق برضه بيثبت ان ده جريمه ولا ده ما جريمه. بعدها لو ثبت انه في جريمه بيستحق المحاكمه، هو بيمشي لمحكمه قانونيه شفافه عادله، وهيكون له حق الدفاع، هيكون له حق الدفاع لنفسه، يجيب له مهامين من جنوب السودان او من خارج جنوب السودان، لان ده حقه. نحن كلنا ما في زول فوق القانون، من رئيس الجمهوريه للنائب الاول ما في زول فوق القانون، نحن كلنا تحت القانون. لو نائب الرئيس اخطا يخضع للاجراءات القانونيه، هذا ما تم. هو ما جاء اي مكروه، ما في زول اساو، هو محترم في بيته حسب الاجراءات القانونيه. ده تكون معروف لناس جنوب السودان. بعدين برضه ده سابقه كويس عشان نحن جنوبيين الثانيين، اذا النائب الاول زار سجنه كويس، ما بال نائب رئيس الما نائب اول ولا وزير الما نائب رئيس ولا المواطن ده ما دستوري. لازم نهتم بالدستور نهتم بالقانون.
Okay, so let me pause there for a second. So what Vice President General Tabandenga is telling you is that the first Vice President, Dr. Yang Machar, is facing the law. Okay, he have right to have his own lawyers to represent him to the court. Okay, and nobody is telling you what General Taban is telling you is saying that nobody is above the law. Everybody equal. Law is up, and everybody under the law. And who is above the law is God. But in Junub Sudan, everybody is above the law. Even they want to go to a beyond of God too. That's what we want in Junub Sudan. But if we respect the law and we put the law above us here, and we are under the law here, Junub Sudan would be the beautiful country that we yearning for. Okay. So Vice President Taban is telling you that the first Vice President, Dr. Yang Machar, is under investigation. If the law finds him is guilty, he will face those charges. If the law finds him is not guilty, he will walk free. So yeah, Jama. So if all of this happening, why is it? Yeah, I'm talking about those international community, those who coming IGAD, ID Gono, all of this who are demanding, because I'm watching the news outlet, they're talking about, why the Vice President been arrested and they need to be released, all kinds of stuff. Okay, let me ask you this. In your own country, let me talk here in America. Last year, 4 years ago, our current President Trump was charged 37 counts. And he's a president. He's a former president. Now he's a president. He's a president. Okay? So he finds guilty and he's a president. Ain't nobody that above the law here in America. And he will find guilty. 37 count. So why is it in your own country you have those laws? And then why is it you exempted South Sudan out of that? If the government of South Sudan find the Vice President Dr. Yang Machar was being accused of crime that happened in Nasser, and that's why he's led to his arrest, why is you calling to be released from the house arrest? Let me ask you this. The crime happened in Nasser. Who will be responsible for it? Somebody have to be responsible for it, right? Somebody have to be held accountable for it, right? So who will be responsible for that? Is Dr. Yang Machar, right? He's the commander-in-chief. And he's also White Army, because White Army I like them. And we have seen during our history in 1991, 2013, and now, White Army, they always are a part of Dr. Yang Machar. Yes, I know some of you said that White Army are civilians. They are protecting their land and property, but they are involved themselves in the political. And some of you even go further and say that, okay, what is the difference between White Army and Gilwing, for instance? I never seen Gilwing in Lake State involve themselves in political in Juba. They mind their own business. They are taking care of their cattle. They protect their cattle. If their enemy coming to looting their cattle, they will fight back because they keep their cattle. But they never associate themselves with was with the political leaders in Juba. And I never heard that. But White Army, okay, White Army that situate themselves. Okay, the first Vice President, Dr. Yamcha, is using them. IO, as well, IO is using them. Okay. So listen, let's listen to the Vice President more, because this is what he's saying.
ما تعرض نفسك لاجراءات زي دي. فانا بفتكر ده سابقه كويس جدا. انه نحن نخضع للقانون كلنا. الحبس المنزلي لنائب الاول لرئيس الجمهوريه لا يعني حبس الاتفاقيه. اتفاقيه ما سجنوه. اتفاقيه صار المفعول. عشان كده هسه معانا في القاعده في دستوريين من الحركه الشعبيه في المعارضه، ودستوريين من سوا، ودستوريين من الاحزاب الاخرى، ومن ناجي كذلك في البرلمان. اتفاقيه ما محبوس، اتفاقيه في تنفيذ. نحن برضو هنتسرع في تنفيذ بنود الاتفاقيه، وخاصه البند بتاعك بالاجراءات الامنيه. الجاب المشاكل ده كله تابع من سنه لازم جيش دوله واحد، تعادل الجيوش في بلد واحد ده جاب لنا المشاكل. ده مشكله لازم نحن نمرق منه. بلد واحد فوق 4 قائد عام ولا كم قائد عام في زمن ذاته، 7 سي القائد العام فلان الفلاني. معكم لما فضلت نائب اول انا زول، انا ما بدرس القانون، لكن انا زول مثقف، خلينا نسمي النظام زول مثقف، بعرف حاجه عن القانون برضه. انا كان بيمسكني فضيحه ما حصل في جوبا، دفاع جنوب الشعب في المعرض قائد عام. انا ما حصل، قلت اوراق تايده فتشوا افاس. عندنا فضيحه انا بعرف صوره في واحد اسمه رئيس الجمهوريه، انا نائبه، اوراقه كله انا كان بكتب نائب الاول للرئيس، عضو اللجنه المركزيه للحركه الشعبيه، ما في اي اسمه قائد عام. وانا اتسرعت في انه امريكا الحب الدفع قلت للسلفا كير ما داير عايزه الجيش اللي قال يصير رئيس الجيش ده نظمه. نظمت ناس كتار جدا. انا دائما في سنين ده كله انا كنت بقدم النصيحه ده للسيد رئيس النائب الاول لرئيس الجمهوريه، دكتور مرل ده رقبتك. لا شو اتفاقيه شنو؟ اتفاقيه قال واحد ثاني 6 شهور مثل دكتور ديو يوم في يوغندا ما تم. انا ما قريت صفحه في الاتفاقيه قال لي انه الجيش ده ما بيقدر بوحده في يوم واحد. تلاحظ الارجيومنت ده قال في 8 شهور ما تم، 6 شهور ما تم. هل ممكن يتم في يوم؟ لو يتم توريد القوات ده في يوم، وجود تعدد قوات في دوله واحد ما صح، لازم نمرق منه. لازم بسرعه جدا يتم تعيين الضباط والصف والجنود بتاع قوات المعارضه في قوات دفاع جنوب السودان، عشان كل زول في شغل، كل زول يمشي على موقع شغل. ويبقى قائد عام واحد. لو في زول يكون قائد عام بتاع جنوب السودان، جيش دفاع جنوب السودان، ينتظر انتخابات. لو انتصر على سلفا كير في انتخابات اليوم ده لما يحلفوه هيكون قائد عام بتاع الجيش. لكن هذا لا، الزمن بتاع كل زول يقطع له قطاع ارض يعمل فوق فتوى، لا انتهى. زمان في صحفي مصري سأل قال جون جرن ده منو؟ قال يا أبي من هو هذا جون جرن؟ ده صحفي بيسأل في واحد مصري سياسي قال له جون جرن ده واحد كده محتل قطاع أرض في جنوب السودان وعمل فوقه فتوى. نحن الجنوبيين هذا كل واحد يمشي يخرج له 10 نفر كم نفر كده يعمل فوق، قال أنا CNC ويعمل فوقه فتوى. لا، كلامنا ما بينفع في بلادنا. أنا من هنا أرجو من كل الوزراء المنتمين للحركة الشعبية في المعارضة والقادة البرلمانيين والناس اللي في الجيش وفي البوليس وفي الأحزاب الأخرى المشاركة في الحكومة الوحدة الوطنية أن يستمروا في ممارسة واجباتهم الدستورية، لأنه اليوم عملوك ضابط كبير في الجيش. أنت ما ضابط كبير بتاع حزب، ضابط بتاع الدولة بتاع الدستور، تعليماتك بتتبع للقائد العام بتاع كل الجيش والوحدات الاخرى، فانتوا يستمروا في شغلكم. لو في زول عنده، لان طبعا الجنوبيين في ناس برضه عاملين فتوى لما يكون في حاجات شويه كده زي ده بيعملوا فيها فتوى، عاملين فيها قال بتاع النون جانمان وان وات انتوا خلي بالكم برضه، انتوا يا ذا سو كول النون، ذا سو كول النون، القانون هيكون يد ثقيل عليكم. ما دارين زول يسيء على مواطن ولا زول. نحن عرفنا مبارك في ضابط نقيب قتلوه في خروليا. شغرفان انا ما عرفت اسمي الكلام ولا ما سميته. الضابط ده من فنجاب، ضابط ما حصل يتمرد عمره، كان في بيلفام عمره كله، قتلوه مبارك. قتلوه ليه؟ الا عشان هو من فنجاب، ده غلط. انتوا دي سواء كل حاجه ده القانون هيكون يد ثقيله عليكم. فارجو انا كل زول يستمر في شغل بتاعه. احداث الناصر ما قاموا قبيله نوير، نكرر الكلام ده. احداث الناصر ما قاموا قبيله نوير، احداث الناصر قاموا ناس مجرمين في منطقه الناصر مسمين نفسهم جيش ابيض. اصل اليومين دول بقى سموا نفسهم قال قوات دفاع النوير، الناس ما نوير ذات، قوات دفاع الناس. ND what? NDF. Now defense forces. ده جرام، دي المجرمين. وفي مساعدين لهم من دول البرة، خاصة من امريكا. ناس مجانين في امريكا المدعمينهم. دي ما نوير، دي المجموعة مجرمة. كويس؟
Absolutely. I agree with Vice President Abande. Absolutely. The White Army in Nasser, they are not nowhere. And this is why I've been telling you, Junubin, in social media. I say you need to separate. Okay, you need to separate White Army and Nuer. And some of the Nuer brothers who are associated with White Army in diaspora, and this is what Vice President Abande is saying. Because people who are in diaspora, especially United States, Canada, and Australia, they are the one who fueling this conflict in Nasser. I call these people, they are White Army in diaspora. Okay? So your Vice President Abande is telling you, White Army is not nowhere. And I always telling you, you need to separate a White Army and Nuer as a tribe. White Army are a group of people that who organize themselves to commit crime. Somebody who commit crime, you cannot put their crime to their tribe called Nuer. No. For example, if I commit a crime now, okay, my crime cannot be put on Dinka because I'm from Dinka. It doesn't work that way. Somebody who commit crime, you have to be responsible for it. Another example, if the first Vice President, Dr. Riek Machar, will be found guilty, okay, his crime will not be put to his wife, Honorable Angelina Teny. No. And that's where there's so much propaganda going on. So, by President Dr. Young Machar was arrested along with his wife, Honorable Angelina Tany, and you hear from the government side, they say no, Angelina Tany was not arrested. Only by President Dr. Young Machar is arrested. So now, by President Taban Denga is telling you that do not make things up here. Okay, the only people who's committing crime in Nasser are White Army, not Nuer, not Nuer the King, or as a subsection of Nuer in that area. No, it's specifically White Army and the White Army in diaspora. Because the issues happen in Nasser, White Army in diaspora are part of it. And we hear to buy President Taban that those people in diaspora in America, in Australia, and Canada, they're even sending money to the White Army in Nasser so that they can continue with their operation.
هم قالوا انه بشكل لدينك، قال لنا شكله دينك. انا داير اقول لهم دينك هسه في جلسه ذات دينك وين؟ لو انت داير تعجب الناس هسه قال لنا دينك، قايلين دينك وين هسه؟ بتلقاهم وين؟ تلقى دينك وين؟ ده لهم راس، ده كل الجنوب. الدينك ما حكومه. الدينك ما حكومه. لو في زول مجرم من وسط النوير بيقول قاعد داير يشاكل دينك، ما بيلقى دينك، بيلقى حكومه. تلقى دينك وين؟ دينك ده مساكين في بيوتهم في اويل هناك، في بارغزال، في بور، في مناطق موك، ما بتلقاهم. بتلقى حكومه، والحكومه انت بتلقاه ده لامراس. الحكومه اللي هتشاكل معه ده واسمعوا كلام ده كويس. في شيوخ بتاع نوير اللي شغرفان في، انا ما اعرف شيوخ تانيين وينهم.
So let me stop right there. So now what by President Taban is telling you, because this is what coming out from the White Army in Nasser and the White Army in diaspora. So I would like you guys to separate these two from Nuer and White Army. So what Taban telling you is this. Like what they are saying in White Army, they say that they are fighting with the Dinka. Okay? They see in SSPDF as a Dinka military. By President Taban is saying no, that's not the case. SSPDF is a government. Okay, all 64 tribes are there in the government. If you are fighting with the SSPDF, you are not fighting with the Dinka. You are fighting with the government. But this dude, they don't see that. They're saying that they are fighting with Dinka. And those Dinka, even the Dinka I showed you earlier, the innocent Dinka who are just trouble, doing their normal business. They are going to Juba. They are students. Maybe they are going back to school, or they are going back home to see their family. They got killed in cold blood on the road by IO. Okay, because they see that they are Dinka, and they are the government. You see how things is Junubi. So White Army now, what they are saying that they are fighting White Army Nasser, and we are not calling all the White Army. We need to be specific because the White Army of Lord Nuer, White Army, they are not part of this. We have seen the video for the last few weeks. Without the White Army of Lord Nuer, those SSPDF survival were not. They are the one who rescued them, to bring them to Juba. So we have to give credit to the White Army of Lord Nuer. Okay. So now by President Taban is telling you that you have what your claim is saying that you are fighting with the Dinka is not true. You are fighting with the government because that government is there. The Dinka Fogu, there is Nuer Fogu, there is Choli, there is Maban, there is Shuluk, there is Nyangura, Kwakwa, and the other 64 tribes. They are there in that government. So if you are fighting with the SSPDF, you are fighting with the government. You are not fighting with Dinka. That is absolutely correct by President Taban Dengai. But Our people don't see that. Our people see that, especially opposition. They are using the tribal card as their weapon to fight with the government. When we tell them, you are not fighting with the Dinka, you are fighting with the government. Oh, no. Madidi Madidi, you are a JCE. Madidi, you are a government supporter. Madidi, you are a national security. You are getting paid. You see? But the reality have to be said here, if we believe in lie, propaganda, misinformation, if that's the country we want, and I always challenge the opposition, if you are opposed to the government, you will come out with your agenda. You will come out with your agenda. What you will do differently with this kind of government? You said that President Salva Kiir government is not doing the right thing, right? Yes, I agree with you. Your government is not doing the right thing for the people of South Sudan. Okay, as opposition, what's your plan? Put your paper out, your agenda, and represent the people of South Sudan. This is what I will do differently. But no, the opposition are using a tribal card. That's not the case. You already lost. And the government defeated you because you have no agenda. The agenda in your paper is a tribalism because you are fighting with tribe called Dinka. You are not fighting with the government.
قبل في الشيخ بتاعنا قبل لما الشيخ من ناويل جاي يقرا قبل انا قلت الشيخ بتاعنا بتاع بنتو لكن ترى ده زول ثاني بيشبه قول للمجرمين ديل الوسط نور ديل بيقول قال لي شاكر دينك بقول لهم انتوا تابان دينك عليكم انتوا ما هتلقوا دينك ما في حكومه اسمها دينك في حاجه اسمها حكومه نعم انتوا هتشاكلوا حكومه الحكومه دي الامراض فوق نور دي بالمجهول من مات في ناصر باي ذا واي في ضباط كثير جدا من ابناء نوير ماتوا معه خاصه من ناصر ذات من ناصر ولان ماتوا معه اخر مقدم مات معه من اولاد ولان مقدم انتوا المجرمين.
You see, so when General David Majur died, he died along with others who are from nowhere. But all of these primitive white army, they see those people as a werewolf. That's what they call it. That's what they term these people. Even by President Abandega, they call him as a werewolf. You see how these people are stupid? That's how they tribalized they are.
دينكا ما بتلقاهم لان دينكا موجودين في بيوتهم مساكين في ماشيين وراء بقر بتاعهم وزراعه بتاعهم في بحر غزال في اويل في محلات دي بتلقوه ده حكومه ده فوق نوير زي تابعين نتكلم ده هسه ده نوير حكومه ده فوق باريا فوق منداري فوق كريش فوق بلندا فوق زاندي فوق شلو فوق الجنوبين ده كله ده اسمه حكومه ده الجيش اللي هيشاكل معك جيش الحكومه اللي هيشاكل معك كمان فوق اصدقاء بتاعهم في اصدقاء بتاعهم اصدقاء الحكومه برضه في اصدقاء الحكومه فانتوا ما تجيبوا بلاوي لنفسكم ساكت انتوا المجرمين دول ما تكلموا باسم نوير نحن نوير ما قلنا نحن دايرين نشاكل الحكومه لا نحن قلنا الحكومه دايرين تنميه.
Absolutely, by President. Do not use the name of Nuer to fight your senseless tribal war. Okay? Do not do that. Don't use the name of Nuer. If you come out frankly, just call your movement as a white army fighting with the government. But don't use the name of Nuer with your crime. Okay? And the beautiful part I like on his speech is coming up next. It's coming up next. Listen to it. So this, he will breaking down this, the evidence and the facts.
دايرين مدارس دايرين خدمات من الحكومه دايرين شوارع وخليني اذكر الناس ديل المجرمين ديل داير اذكر لهم قصه من التاريخ داير اقول لهم قصه من التاريخ وده قصه حقيقيه في تاريخ There were in history, though, were called gallant tribes, brave tribes. In Africa, for example, gallant tribes.
Listen to this play very careful.
There were the Zulu. They were warriors. Salakon ambassador here. The Zulu were a gallant tribe. Very brave people. Very brave people. There were the Wolf of Senegal, the Ashanti of Ghana, the Dinka of Sudan, the Nuer of Sudan, the Azandi of Sudan, the Bari of Sudan, etc. They refused الحكومة. رفض الحكومة لأنه هم أبطال ناس محاربين. قال دول يجي مباري يجي يحكمني. رفضت وأنا مرفوض. ده الكلام ده مرفوض. وأنا ضوء النوير الناس ده كله القبائل ده كله بما فوق زولو they were defeated by اسمه discovery بتاع باروت. These gallant tribes, they were defeated by the discovery of gunpowder. سلاح. الانجليز ولا تراك لما جوا جنوب السودان ما جوا بجسم جوا ببارود بسلاح. السلاح ده ما عندنا. خواجز وجوردون جمع بقر البارية كله. لما البارية ليه يوم ليه رفضوا بقر. ببارود بسلاح. تنك في أويريا هنا في علياب. في زول قتل السلطان بتاعهم في بعدين يقام ده تجارة زول شغل في بور لا يرجعوا ايام ما جاوا بعد سنتين الناس الابيض دي قال يا سولار ماشي الشغل يوم ده ليه ما رجعوا قالوا لا هم لسه في شغل نادي رجال ثاني ترى رجال ان شاء الله ما شبعوا هناك ودهم في ميدل ايست ولا وين فسلطان رفض وقالوا خلاص تعالى في بور رجل الجماعه السلطان ما رجع ما قتلوه الانجليز بعد تجار جو شغالين في خدمه التليفون من تومبا ماشي لتالي خدمه التليفون ناداليا في مراد لما شافوا ناس ابيض قال ايوه دي او ناس قتلوا السلطان ثاني يوم ده جا قتلوا العمال بتاع الانجليز كانوا بيركبوا في التليفون الانجليز قالوا لهم جيبوا ناس المجرمين اللي قتلوا الناس دي اليوم رفض اتمردوا شاكلوا مع الانجليز دي were defeated ببارود gunpowder they were defeated شالوا بقى اليوم كل يوم بنبو J1 by the way as Aliyab Minum they have a case they want to change the name of J1 to Aliyab House لأن J1 عملوا بقى بتاعهم so the Aliyab the Dinka were defeated في زول برضو يسمو بيارابين في توجيناب بلد النجون قرب رفض بحكومة عشان يمر دي قصة الناصر قال لا حكومة جاي من ملكات دير يعمل انفورسمنت لغندوكرو قال لا انت ما بتمروا الخواجات طبعا ناس سيفلايز محترم قالوا اوكي يا زول كبير ما نمر له قال اقعد في دوك هناك من الناس قالوا في دوك وهو قاعد في ما بتاعولي انا مدينه ده اسمه شنو ما انا اليوم قال اي فورغوت ذا نيم وامولي قال في وامولي يو رايت زول قال انا وامولي ده سو الخواجه رسل قال لي يا زول كبير ليه ما نمر قال لا ريحه بتاعكم بطال ريحه بتاعكم وين يريد انت ريحه بتاعك بطال ما تمر بهنا الخواجه قال ايوه والله كويس يا اخي ريحه بتاعي بطال كان لازم بمر بتوج بين كونغور مع مويه قال لا ده بنزل بتاعي اوكي انا بمر بين مرلين مع بور قال لا ده الراس بتاعي في نهايه خواجه مره في الهله كويس من سنه كم 20 قتلوا 52 شباب بتاع وليان جون جرن كان بيعمل لنا حسابات قال هسه يا لو ما كان سنه 24 قال وليان ناس كان بيكون قبيله برا بيكون ناس كتار جدا كويس so Biarabil was arrested لكن كنا نوك بتاع الياب قتلوه got killed but Biarabil بتاع تاجر was arrested سجنوه Mundem gwam mun da muta nuere ga nu kuliyum na gal mun da gal kun fi kare na da kada bai shi mutaw gwam mun da ngi marat al khawajat da man khawajat makin da wazo lebiya kutil god kill ina nzol برضه في بنتي هناك اسمه مانا ده مشى جزرابا كان الجيش بتاع مهدي لما مهدي got defeated الخليفه got defeated by the British they returned في بلد لما رجع قال في على اسمه مهدي سمى كنجور بتاعه مانا بنور يعني مهدي هو عمل نفسه كنجور كويس لما الخواجات ده يمشي ليرو بنتي ورفض عشان الخواجات يمر he was fought ببارود بتاع سلاح ده got defeated so انتم يا مجرمين بتاع ناصر برضه انتم بتعرفوا القصه بتاع سلطان قدوي برضه كويس دير الوسع وينكم من هذا تاني got defeated ببارود so في civilization اليوم انا اتذكر يوم كده كنت في يي وفي يي ده انا كنت بحب اسمع راديو بتاع يوغندا يوم كده لقيت مسمني بيعمل مخاطبه في يوم بتاع البجت ورسل رساله لاشولي في زمن بتاع تونغ زمن بتاع جيش رب قال يا اهلي اشولي انا بعتكم ناس محاربين ناس قويين لكن اليوم بقى في عندهم تكنولوجي ممكن يكون في زول خواف انه تكنولوجي من كامبالا يضرب اشولي من كامبالا بالتكنولوجي كلام ده فلان قال انا كان قوي بقى ما في تكنولوجيا يا ولد بشكل فديل انتوا انساحوا المجرمين تاع ناصر ده قولوا انتوا هتشاكلوا الحكومه باصدقاء بتاعه وبالتكنولوجيا بتاعه وبالاقتصاد بتاعه كمان كويس بالاقتصاد بتاعه شغل بتاعكم ده شغل خاسر ده كلام صار وين don't misuse the name of Nuer.
Did you hear that? Yeah, right, Peter?
انا قربته المتفلتين في ناصر انا ارجو.
Okay, let me pause there for a second. Let me break down, okay? You know, I learned so much from my President Taban Dengai. I learned so much history. Beautiful. One of the first thing I learned from him today, I didn't know J1 was built by Aliab Dinka cows. Well, my people of Aliab, you have a big case. Huh? Yes. Aliab J1 should be called Aliab J1. I didn't know that. But I learned from Vice President Taban. I never knew before J1 was built by Dinka Aliab cows. And those of you who are on social media, you know them, you know yourself who I'm talking to. About Juba. I'm not going to get there, but there's another day I will talk to you guys. So now J1, in Galiab, we have something to say. We have a case for the government. Okay? Now, Vice President Tabandeng is saying, now he break down to you. He break down to you, you right, Peter. He break down to you that he mentioned those warriors, Zulu tribe, Dinka tribe, Nuer tribe, and others. He mentioned those people during their time, history, beautiful history. He give up history. And I learned all of this from him, okay? By President Taban, you need to write a book. You need to write the book. So all of these warriors, start from Zulu of South Africa, come to South Sudan. All of these warriors who fought with white people during the time, okay? They got defeated through the gunpowder. They got defeated. All of these warriors fought with the Europeans during the slavery time. All of these warriors, they got defeated because of gunpowder, the government. And all the leaders, some of them got killed, got arrested. So now, what Vice President Taban is telling you is that the white army you have no any ground whatsoever to defeat the government. Okay? Government is powerful than white army. Okay, if you mobilize yourself with 50,000, 100,000 youth, and you think that you will intimidate the government, and that's where the government went in his power. He have allies. Government is have his own. He have money. Government is have his weapon. Government has allies everywhere around the world. If the government having a threat like white army right now, they have allies. They can call allies in. How? That's a government. What about you? Where is your allies? You are using manpower, right? But you don't have money. You don't have any other countries to have allies with you to give you a down. You don't have. So by President Taban is telling you a white army, lay down your goddamn weapon, sorry for my language, and have a peace with the government. And go back to your murah, your cattle camp. Go back to your village to do your own normal life basis. Go to do your it's a time of the year now. It's a time for farm. You should go back to your village to do farm work. Look after your cattle, your cow, your goat, your chicken, and leave this thing. You are wasting human resources, and you white army, you should be there. You are the power of the country. The government can use you. Okay, and why I always tell these people who are mobilized, those leaders of white army who use white army, I always telling you guys, instead of using this youth, give them AK-47 in their hand, why don't you give them a pen and a book? Let them go to school and learn. And instead of you, give them a AK-47. What kind of leader are you? What kind of leader are you using the civilians? These young should be the next generation carrying on the country. As Mama Nyandeng put it, that Jay-Z. And the Jay-Z got a tease to fight. So those leaders who use the white army, you're supposed to give them the pen and the paper and school, not AK-47.
ما يكون في متفلتين تانيين رسائل ده رسائل بتاع حكومه وده رسائل مهم وده رسائل حقيقيه. المتفلتين في ناصر ده الحكومه هيحاربهم بقوه. الحكومه ده هيحاربهم بقوه. لازم الحكومه ده يفرض الامن والقانون في شرق النوير. ما بطريقه، لانه ما عمل لو حكومه عمل كده، لو حكومه ما حارب الحرب ده ضد المجرمين دول، ما برضه الكلام ده هينتشر. كلام بتاعنا ما ليه جيش حكومه يغيروا ده هينتشر. هيمشي لواو، يجي لجوبا، يمشي لدارجاندي، كويس؟ لازم الناس ديل الحكومه هيحاربهم. حكومه رئيس البكير شغل بتاعه عشان يفسد الامن ده بقوه، لانه ما في امن ما حيكون في تنميه. شوفوا هنا هسه في احداث ناصر ده عندنا مشروع كبير جدا ما في اي محل في جنوب السودان، مشروع كبير جدا بتاع طريق بتربط اثيوبيا مع ملكال وغرب النيل وبحر غزال. ونانو فيز 1 انتهينا منه. الحكومه الاثيوبيه ادانا قريش عشان نعمل شارع من محل فقاق لملكال، شارع ملكال لفقاق، كويس؟ الشارع لو ما في امن هنقدر نعمله؟ ما هنقدر نعمله. الناس هناك ده رغم انه البترول جاي منهم لكن فضلوا ورا. لو زرت القرى بتاعهم لو زرت القرى حقهم ده تقارن مع قرى في الاسوائي ولا في بحر غزال ما في مقارنه. والبترول جاي من هناك. ليه فضلوا ورا؟ لأن ما في أمني. كويس؟ لازم الحكومة يعمل قانون، يفرض قانون عشان يكون في مدارس ويكون في شفخانات ويكون في تنمية. أنا أكرر كلام الرئيس، وعدكم أنه ما في رجوع للحرب، لكن في شغل لازم نشتغل. البلد ما بيعمل نفسه براو. نحن قبل الشيخ عبد الله روال قال الجيب كان سخن والجو كان سخن. الجيب كان سخن لانه نحن اعتمدنا لقروش المجان، قروش اللي بيجي مجانا، قروش البترول. كلنا منتظرين بس قروش البترول يجي مجانا. كويس؟ لا، الكلام ده يقيف. انا دائما لما امر جبل كنجور والقى النسوان بكسروا الحجر. كويس؟ ده يذكرني بامي. امي كانت مجتهده زي النسوان دي، عشان كده انا قريت، عشان كده انا كملت قرايه بتاعي. لازم نشتغل يا اهلي. حاجه اللي بيجي ساكن ده ما بقعد، ربنا ما بخليه يكتر عندك. رساله اخير للمجرمين في امريكا اللي بيدعموا الاجرام في شرق النوير وفي بلاد النوير. شوف الناس دي بيرسلوا قروش عشان بس يالهم يمشي يقاتلوا الحكومه، بينما انه المغتربين في امريكا وفي اوروبا في بحر غزال بيرسلوا قروش لاهلهم عشان يعملوا مدرسه، عشان يبنوا شفخانه. كذلك في بور النوير كتار البر ده لو كان بيرسلوا قروش عشان ينموا مناطقهم كان يتطوروا.
يا سلام، يا سلام. Absolutely, absolutely, by President Taban. I will never agree with you more. Absolutely. These people using the money, sending the money to the White Army on the ground to buy the weapon. Like before this war start, one of the general, his name is Yan Matthew, one of the NAS general. He came out in social media in Clubhouse campaigning, asking diaspora to send him the money to go and buy a weapon. And by the way, Yan Matthew from where? And he is a part of a commander on the ground in Nasser during before they attacked the Brat of SSPDF forces. Okay, so these people have money, raising the money, send them to go and buy the weapon instead of you them. And as I mentioned before, why don't you raise this money and by president now is mentioning it, he's saying it, that why don't you raise this money, send them back home there in Nasser and somewhere so that they can build a school cleaning for the young kids instead of give them the to go and buy the weapon for it to kill others and themselves. So what did you achieve here? Those of you White Army in diaspora, what goal will you achieve sending the money? You send the money to go and kill the people and commit the crime, and they will face the consequences for it. While you yourself, you are staying in America, in Australia, in Canada, in comfortable life. Your children go to school, okay? They come back home, and their Elijah is full with food. They don't go to sleep hungry. When the baby is sick, you have to go to hospital. Everything is there. But you are using this white and back home. They're separating their children. Go to bed without food. They're hungry. And then you go and tell them, brainwash them to go and fight with the government while they will be killed. And their children will be left as orphans. What did you achieve here? You White Army in diaspora. What did you achieve? What did you achieve? Nothing. Shame on you.
جيب لك رسل قروش للمقاطعات للتنميه عشان ناسكم يمشي لقدام. ما في رجوع للحرب كما قال السيد الرئيس، وبرضه انا اقول لكم ما في رجوع لانون جنمن النون ثينج في جوبا هنا ده. لازم كل شيء يكون معروف. مره اخرى نرجو لكم عيد سعيد، وان شاء الله بكره تصلوا صلاه العيد وتفطروا زينا والاحياء ماشيه لقدام. وشكرا جزيلا.
Thank you so much, Vice President Gerald Tabandengai. Wonderful. What a great speech. What a great speech. And I hope the leaders of South Sudan to speak the way that Vice President Tabandengai speak. These are the words that people of South Sudan need to hear. Okay. The war in Nasser is a turning point. The war in Nasser is a turning point. The death of General David Majordak is a turning point. General David Majordak is a hero. His death will bring the shame that South Sudanese people have been looking for the last 15, 20 years. The government, opposition, is a time for you to calm down and make a genuine peace. Make sure that the gun have to be silent. Make sure that all these forces, whether they are negative forces, okay, they have to be integrated into SSPDF. South Sudan need a one army. Because the army is loyalty. Loyalty. The army supposed to be a loyalty to the nation, to the people of South Sudan. The army cannot be loyalty to specifically the individual. The army cannot be loyalty to specifically tribe. This is what we want. We are South Sudanese. The people of South Sudan need to see one army who are loyalty to the nation to protect their property and their life. That is the army that people of South Sudan need. People of South Sudan need one president, one commander-in-chief, not 7 commander-in-chief. People of South Sudan need one vice president. People of South Sudan don't need 5 vice presidents. If you want to put the interests of the people of South Sudan first above your weakness of power, wealthy, and you put the well-beings of the people and the country first, you all need to stop all of this IO and my IO, IG and my IG, and come up with the unified forces under one commander-in-chief, under the country code of people of South Sudan. If you do that, the country, the government of South Sudan, Jerome with these men who die, their life will not die in vain. That is my close remark for you, all of you. I'm concluding the show. I'm praying. I'm calling the government of South Sudan and the opposition, IO, and the rest. Put down your interests, your greediness, your power, your all of this put aside. Put the well-beings of the people of South Sudan above your position. That's my closing remark. And before I close down the show, I always end up the message from President Salva Kiir Mayardit. He said in his speech, and he repeated again, that he will never take the country back to war. He will not. So we want to do that. We don't see the country go back to another civil war. We don't want to see another 2013 to happen again. It's a no. If the RCS is not working, we need a peace within you. Don't let other national community come and give you a peace. If you really indeed down your heart, you say that you need peace among yourself, you leaders of South Sudan, you should sit down and find the common ground for the peace that we want. And all of you leaders, from Dr. Young Machar to President Salva Kiir to the rest, Jorota Bandenga and the rest, all of you, you guys are the heroes for the South Sudan. When I was young, I was born in the Civil War, I grew up in the Civil War, and I will grow a gray hair in Aspelam. Okay? You fought for that country to give the independence. The time is up. Your time is coming in. It's a time for you leaders to give the power to the young generation. For the last 13 years, 14 since South Sudan got independent in 2011, you have done nothing but a pain to the people of South Sudan. You took the people back to this another civil war. As we speak, people are dying every day. It's a time for you to go back home and then let the next generation carry on your vision. And you can give them advice. Go home. Let this generation carry on. And they will get advice from you. So this is my message to the government. This is my message to the opposition. If you really want to put the interests for the people of South Sudan first above your political agenda, this is what you should do. I hope President Salva Kiir and Vice President Dr. Young Machar should come tomorrow and sit down and say, okay, you know what? We need to calm down and let us build and let us see the new government, caretaker government, to carry the country to the election next year. Let us sit back. That I hope this should be the language you guys want to come up. If you want to serve the life of innocent civilians. That is my message. Thank you everybody for watching. I will leave this video for President Salva Kiir Mayardit to you that he's not going to take the country back to war again. Have a wonderful night, guys. Thank you for watching.
Fellow citizens, we have been following the unfolding events in Upper Nile State, Nasser County. The government forces
Green Ngiwe Kene Lored Panapar Nile, Tenechol Nasser County. Jejakuma, Ener Pan Nasser, Water, the Chitarunka Bechukien, Echilo Elbeka War, Kubeje de Riamba Yak, Kene, Ekin Redloy, Jejich, but what Kene? Achibila Welly, Kulayadil Tiat, Kulwela Jej, Elabumot in the Domkin, Panulang, King Nasser. According to Rokubet Penro, Victoria Machar, in Banyan Bodan, a chati, Kubukamadloy, Bukalorotkin, Udumbi, a Chabagam, Ram Gukun in Diak, Pendiak, Rotim Karu with Rokudi, Amadkin, Chibana Matpa, Quichiriak again, Kuokaben, Lonada, Quadkoi Warka Dortime, Abrod Martin, Kudumbi, according one, Pendiak. Ruan Tim Karo Gutherokudinial, Katan Jej, Pan Nasser, Akachi Moipin, Jej and White Hammy. White Hammican, ako jeja spele IO en mugriak machar kene achire loy kuton won chiria katon nona de jeja IO achite na kuma achibo moji banya mugje pan Nasir ene chol general mujurdak ke jejen fi won ci dong pin achi bitem biro ro tianda baba di riak num achi jam ke mujurdak kulegen berer tantin jej IO kene aki jarol mujurdak aki bi gam berer tan diktoriak achi belegen keren tit ni UN lonada general majur abrir ke cin nagen kurian UN abla Nasir ku bi jarol majur ke jej ken wurer ke yen la nyaaye akolani nitam pendiak helicopter UN acila pan Nasir kamun len ka nyuj go moj kenen ci lwel acila jej IO bi rer ka maj kamun bleti arabe na nyujtin te citen mitir ka bot ka diak achan briay bi nyuj angor kire lew nala riare jot go ben moj chawanon chena tem bran tiar kutok ke jeja kuma nyaaye jarol majur ci dong akirat bi lebe jora kole rantin nyini along UN ci wachira lo ken bi leg diktoriak ngori ci diktoriak la beri no dan Nasir real ken IO yakul konin doro ben diak wona lip karo utero kudi ale uret katiarat ale bigla big bany general majur la nyaay ke jejen di dongtin na wona real helicopter UN karo acela Nasir kamle ke kala general majur dak nyaay ke jejen won ci dongtin go ko ba moj Yemen ayuj balak bay lonada kamune loy kinret jorol majur daktel ku jejen garar ke yen aci nok kwa ci nyin jal tuok tung tiara kira nen ye kwany ake ci pot wek bay wek aya chol ku bagrir duk ku pel koy rut piny acel wel ara kidhi fo ben beri non adda pana chol junub Sudan aci be duk tongi aca wuj belaran nyelung ku biyada chin ku wega tan lona de kuma en wad no menen abo kenen chira loy ken dial ting ku loy o garer ko bodela dori Yemen an tinyin kwany kuan ci po diaw tin ko general majur dak ku jejen ke ci to ke yen tiandie arer ke kwaden a ci to ke ga luy bay kwa brir opot alon wan weken abinali taw chin chwech ababeri ani chot bukarer duk pan junub Sudan ben nialich bu pan junub Sudan doj kutie agwerken egwir ko wil ban chaler maktam di mor ngang nom pan junub Sudan.
May God bless you all. May God bless South Sudan. Salva Kiir Mayadi.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching the show. I come to conclusion. Thank you very much. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Have a wonderful night.
Jilo wana tona dol tona nyel DJ Dingarang jagda lo di ana babi Adena majaga jideng makwaga oton barat iye manuni ya kudimit pandeni ya ayi tonu tuol kutunga tonu adena majaga anyar ke begwan ba ilit sukula ikapi ajong chigo ame baje ayi bingi kielo adena majaga jideng makwaga oton barat iye manuni ya kudimit pandeni ya ayi tonu tuol kutunga tonu Madini majak, anyar ke bekwany waj, ijen sukula ikapi, majong chedyo, nami pajek, aye pingi kiyelo. Madini majak, achideng makwaga oton parach, iye madhuni gaya kudini. Pandeni ya ula, aye toni tuol putunga toni, madini majak, anyar ke bekwany waj, ijen sukula ikapi, majong chedyo, nami pajek, aye pingi kiyelo. Patang balay kubila pingi ban, pingi adeng pandiri junub. Ayora matul, man madini majak, kemati, tinjina teto kutian tinjiwan. Ayora jema, mana chulo ajok, chulo irek. Inayo, ajibya binyepi, ibong jangaloi, anyipino manye. An bayani naga jalya togu pandiri chenyanye. Undira yo